Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, The West Coast Wins. We love transforming spaces, so we're going to show you how we shiplapped our great room for under $200. Be sure to check out the description below, it'll have all the products linked. Here's a photo of the space before. We wanted to add shiplap to give it some character. These are all the items you'll need for this project. The table saw is optional because you can have Home Depot or Lowe's pre-cut the planks for you. First, we marked all the studs and took a level to make sure we had a straight line all the way to the top. This way, we can ensure the boards won't move or shift since they're going to be nailed into the studs. Here, Brian is taking a 1/4 inch sheet of plywood and cutting it to make the shiplap boards. You can make the boards whatever width you want. We chose 7 1/4 inch because it evenly dispersed the wood on the wall and left us with a nice finishing piece at the top near the ceiling. If you don't want to cut them at home, you can have Home Depot or Lowe's cut them for you. We sanded all the edges to make sure they're smooth and easy to paint over. You can use an orbital sander, a mouse sander, or regular sandpaper will work too. For all the basic cuts, we used a miter saw.
Now this is the most important piece because our other ones are going to kind of be going off this, so pretty damn good.
You can start your shiplap at the top or bottom. We started at the bottom. Just make sure your starting piece is level.
All right, we've got our first issue here. We got to cut the shiplap around each outlet, and how I'm going to do that, I think the easiest way is, first off, take something like this. Green means good, red means no. So we're good. That thing should be off. So we take this off. Okay, and then what I find easier is I'm going to try to go under this part and leave. I can't go, the highest you can go is up to the screw. You got to go below the screw, but that way you won't even see it, and it'll be under the outlet actually. So you don't have to have a perfect cut, which will be nice. I'm just gonna measure it with this guy. Three and a half would look pretty solid. So we're just gonna measure it 3.5 on this. Again, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna have it under there. Now I'm gonna use a jigsaw to cut this sucker.
This is what it should look like around the outlet after you make your cuts and screw back in the metal pieces. Since we have an exposed edge, we decided to cut a 2-inch trim piece to frame the shiplap. You can also have the shiplap rim to the corner, but we preferred the finished edge. Be sure to offset your boards so that the transition lines don't show up in the same spot. We didn't do that at first and had to adjust a couple of the boards. To create the space between the boards, we used a metal guide and nickels. We actually liked using the nickels more because they were easier to manage. Use caulking around the edges to fill in any gaps. If you're using quarter rounds or crown molding, you can skip this step. We just wanted a flush look. After all the boards are up, make sure you fill all the nail gun holes and transitions with wood filler. Let the wood filler dry. Then smooth it out with a sander like Ryan is doing here. This way, you won't really see the nail holes or transitions in the shiplap. Final step is paint. We did 2 coats. One thing we'd like to mention is that you can paint the side of each board before you put up the next one. We just went in with a small paintbrush after, but either way works. Here's the final project of our shiplap walls. We hope this video helps. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram at West Coast Wins.